Boy. And this one. And this one. It's difficult to watch this and not get emotional. Yes, so Hairless here. I was going through my list of recommendations. I quite fancied a live performance and I came across this one. I have received many requests for it since I started my channel just over a year ago. It's a performance by Putri Ariani. She's an Indonesian singer who received a golden buzzer on America's Got Talent. The golden buzzer was from Simon Cowell. In the recommendations and the comments, I've been told that she sings 2 songs in this audition. One of which is her own song, so that will be cool to see. Because of that, this is a long video, 13 minutes, so I'll probably do less analysis than usual, but we'll see. I'm told that she plays the piano and sings, so the arrangements will be limited to voice with piano accompaniment. Like I say, I've received many requests for this one. I'm excited. Let's get straight into it.
I always dreamed to be on America's Got Talent since I was little.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Are these your parents?
Yes!
And what are you going to do on AGT?
I'm going to be singing and playing a piano.
Oh, you're going to be singing?
Yeah. My biggest challenge is people look at me just as a blind person, not as a musician. But when I'm singing, I feel like a superstar.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
I have been told to watch the full video, all of the talks, the after comments, everything. And as we've just discovered, she is blind. I didn't mention that in the introduction. I always think it's amazing when blind people play piano. It helps being able to look at your hands, but true pianists, people who can sight read anything essentially, never look at the piano. It's all instinctive. So I am curious as to what these arrangements will be like, especially her own song. Will they be mostly chordal, a bit simpler in terms of moving around, jumping around, that kind of thing?
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for coming to AGT. What is your name?
My name is Putri Ariani. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Indonesia.
Putri, is this your first time in America?
This is my very first time. I'm so excited. I love all the thing in here.
She loves what? What did she say?
What is your talent?
I am a singer.
How long you been singing?
Maybe since I was born.
And what is your dream?
My dream is being the biggest diva in the world, like Whitney Houston, and win a Grammy Award.
Oh, wow.
Whitney Houston fan. We've seen and done some videos on another big Whitney Houston fan on this channel. Also, my first exposure to them was from America's Got Talent. Can you guess who that might be? Someone from Brazil? That's right, Gabriel Henrique. You can find all of my videos on him in the playlist up here.
Are you going to school now?
Yes, I'm in high school, but I hope that I can get in Juilliard's College of Music for my college program.
Why are you...
I just did the same nod as Simon Cowell, I just realized.
I hope that I can win America's Got Talent so I can reach my dream.
Okay, we're so happy that you're here. And
I don't know who won this series, which series it is. I don't watch these talent shows. I used to watch Britain's Got Talent when I was younger, but that was years ago. So for anyone who doesn't know what the golden buzzer is, well, they'll probably explain later. But it means that she is that much closer to winning if she receives it.
we want to see you.
Thank you so much.
She's so sweet.
I'm getting nervous. Imagine how nervous she is.
Will forever.
Oh my gosh.
And now you left me alone, 'cause you find someone better. You went that way with her. And one thing I know, you break my heart, break my hope, You break my heart, break my hope, make me so down in a loneliness. You break my heart, break my hope, make me so down in a loneliness. You let me when I'm in love. I was so wrong, I was so wrong.
Oh, yes!
Do I fall in you? Thank you.
Okay, I think this is where Simon goes up and asks her to sing another song. I have been told that in one of the comments recommending this to me. So before we listen to that, I don't know what song that is, actually. Let's just go over and talk about what we've heard. If you don't want to hear my thoughts or analysis, go to the timestamp. I won't go into detail. We have another song to cover, but I'll just go over a few things as I remember them. The first one, let's start with her voice. Really nice, versatile voice, actually. There was one moment where immediately I was thinking, yes, there's definitely Whitney Houston inspiration in there. Let's go back towards the beginning.
I remember when we still were.
Coming straight in with an airy voice, captivating. It's not loud, it's not powerful. We're listening out for it. It captures our attention. It's soft, it's emotional.
You love your voice and your bright eyes.
We have a few of those moments, the cracked, essentially mini yodels. A break from the chest voice into the head voice and then back again. Requires immense control and accuracy. She then comes in with a bit more power, chest-dominated voice.
You find someone better. You win that way with her.
Much more air
And
now.
one thing I know.
Another break. Very slow, controlled vibrato there with a lot of air behind the sound. And I personally like it when singers do this. It does affect the tuning. I've said in many of my other videos, and again, context is important. It does depend on the context. But generally speaking, singing with straight tone well is more difficult than singing with vibrato. She does both here, switching between them, choosing when to do it. But when people sing with vibrato, it helps with the tuning. It helps to bring up the sound. I can't think of how many times I've listened to people singing musical theatre, for example, belting in straight tone, and it's just a bit flat until the vibrato comes in, raises it up. She is not flat at all. She's perfectly in tune. So the vibrato here just lifts up the note to above the pitch. And it's a very interesting sensation because objectively it's not in tune, but it sounds like it is. There's no one, I'm sure, listening who thinks, oh, that's not in tune. I've always found it interesting when singers do this. I really like it.
One thing I know.
And if you actually take the note that she is oscillating to, because that's what vibrato is, rapidly switching between two notes, it's significantly higher in terms of sense. I like the phrasing here.
You break my heart, break my hope.
Change into head voice as we move higher, teasing us because she repeats the phrase.
Make me so down in a loneliness.
There's the blended voice coming through, a nice showcase as to her power, which we get later on. Lovely chord progression there. I will try and remember to come back to that one. Nice phrase though as well. Very interesting, and I was expecting vibrato to come through towards the end. She chose not to do it. Another nice surprise. And in terms of pitch, she is singing here. That's a top B. For context, your typical chorister is expected to go up to here as the highest note. So really high. Onto the arrangement, the harmony. Earlier in the video, I was saying I was wondering if this will be mostly chordal or perhaps more complex due to the fact she is blind. It's chordal, as we might have expected, but it does not take anything away from the arrangement. Due to this, due to being a bit more limited in what we can do, we don't have these crazy arpeggiated runs or like ragtime jumping around the place in the left hand. It means dynamics have a much more important role when she's playing louder, when she's playing quieter. This works really well with the harmony, with the chord structures. After that high note, what do we get? Soft, delicate, high chord, nice bit of dissonance, a bit of a funky chord. The root note is a B, the same note as the really high note. So we have that B. She's also playing higher up. A B chord is this. We do have these two notes, but also this note, which if B is note number 1, this is note number 2, called the supertonic. A really lovely way of getting some dissonance, some tension in the music, but it still sounds nice. It's not like a disgusting clash. And it's a similar story with the very opening. And as soon as she played that first chord, I was thinking, oof, this will be a nice arrangement. She knows her harmony. She likes her juicy chords, the filthy, good, filthy chords. You can hear the dissonance there. It's the same thing. We're in B, but she also has this note, and this one, and this one. We can see how scrunched together they are. And then above it in comes, which, if we take it down, right next to your root note there, as much of a clash as you can get. And her melody. That middle note there, when played with the other notes that we're hearing, that's nearly every single note in the scale that we're hearing at once. So I think it's a clever arrangement. She's able to get these really actually quite intense dissonances in there, but they don't sound it. And it's all due to her control over the piano, over the dynamics, how loud, how quiet it is, such as here. Soft. Crescendo loud into nothing.
You break my heart, break my home.
The descending bass line. Dum, dum, dum. A bit of rhythmic displacement though, just to throw us off a tiny bit so things aren't so regular and regimented.
Be so down in alone.
Still descending. Bum, 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 bum. Working in contrary motion against her, rising up, leading into this bit with the chromatic bass line. I could go on, but I won't. We have another song to listen to, another 7 minutes, 8 minutes of this video here. So let's carry on.
Thank you.
This is amazing!
What's he doing there? I don't know.
Hi, Putri. This is Simon. This is Simon.
Yes.
Yeah. Her voice is amazing.
Yes.
And you have other.
Yes, I'm father.
Very nice to meet you.
Yes, indeed.
Does Putri have a second song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to sing for Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
In my experience from Britain's Got Talent, when he asks people to sing a second song, it's usually because he sees a lot of potential in them, but doesn't agree with their song choice, maybe to see them sing in a different style. So that's what I am assuming is the case here.
this thing is for you. Yes, thank you.
Another song? You didn't like that one?
I just said to Putri, I like her voice so much.
Thank
I
you
want
so
her
much,
to sing
Simon.
a second song, please.
Hard to
The
tell.
song is special for you, Simon.
Well, thank you.
So let's just assume this isn't scripted. It could be, but assuming it's not, so no one, the judges don't know what song she's going to sing, do they?
What I gotta do to make you let me?
Lovely song. Lovely song.
What I gotta do to make you care? It's sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation. And it's getting cold and more absurd.
She just feels it.
It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over?
Very nice.
Oh, it seems to me. Sorry seems to be
Yeah, I mean, Simon usually knows what he's talking about, right? I think that's a very good second choice of song. Completely different in style. Not completely different, but definitely a more introspective, sadder song. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. Elton John. I've been wondering whether to continue the video, there's 4 minutes left, or go over the second song there. I think let's do the second song. It will be interesting to hear what the judges have to say. They could completely disagree with what I might say, for example. That could be quite interesting. So again, if you don't want to hear my thoughts or analysis, go to the timestamp. That chromatic line really makes the opening of that song. She is performing it in C minor, whereas Elton John's is in G. So here, to her key here, it's quite a step up, but it makes sense. She has a higher voice. We've seen what range she has. Anyway, so if we just listen to the Elton John start. There's that chromatic descending line. If that's the key, G, the root note, that chromatic line comes in on the note below here. But there are strings as well. There's more to it than just the piano. Putri just has the piano. Instead of strings, she is playing a chord in her right hand, that C minor chord. And she moves that chromatic descending line to the left hand. Her chromatic line starts on the root note though. And then we get that little run. Coming in a bit sooner than Elton John does. We do get the broken chords, very Elton John-esque in style. Elton John, I believe, is extremely gifted in the sense that he's one of these people that can sort of hear music and replicate it perfectly. Now, I don't know for certain, so if you do know for certain if this is or isn't true, let me know and how you know. I am using the film and some other bits of information as my source. But because of this, he has a very particular playing style. If everything was just simple chords, it would be quite boring, especially considering how energetic a lot of his music was when he was younger. So we start to see things like broken chords, arpeggios, where the notes of a chord are played a bit sporadically. It keeps the energy in there. This song, I think, is one of his more chordal songs. So that may be a reason why Putri plays it and likes it, other than the fact it's a nice song. But she does do Elton John-isms, I'm going to call them, breaking up the chordal nature a little bit, making things a bit more interesting.
To make you count. Why do I?
And she's not shying away from any dissonance at all. We got some harsh dissonance and the chord that she finishes on. We have these three notes played at the same time.
Why do I?
Literally taking your fingers and going, shh. This dissonance and how delicately she uses it really adds to the emotion of the performance. And overall, this is a slower song. I really like how she plays into, for example, putting a lot of power in some of the bass lines. But in general, it means much more of our focus is going on her voice. That's probably the case anyway. I just tend to try and listen out for arrangements as a whole.
What I gotta do to make you want me?
There was another example on the top note of the vibrato raising the pitch of the note, and just as it's going up, she then drops down back into the chest voice. The contrast is exaggerated. Yeah, it's impactful. Here is another case of the chromatic descending bass line. Dum, dum, dum. As her melody is going up.
It's sad,
Dissonance
so
too.
sad. It's a sad situation, and it's getting cold.
Quite similar to in her original song. Who knows, maybe this was part of the inspiration for her original song, at least in terms of style. And speaking of chromatic bass lines.
Why can't we talk it over?
And her chromatic inflection on the top note. If we were to do things by the scale, so that chromatic adds grit to the sound. Such a powerful voice, is singing that with this blend, but there's significant amounts of your chest voice in there.
Why can't we talk it over?
And rhythmically implementing a hemiola here. 3 beats played in the space of 2 regular beats. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And a very interesting ending. We had this note she sings where everyone starts cheering. It's a display of her dynamic control.
Seems to be.
Notice the mouth move as the vowel sound changes, and then into the vibrato to finish. And just that single chord, everyone is kind of wondering if this is the end or if there's going to be more. I think that's a good sign because it means that we are engaged and it's not boring. She's been changing things up. We don't know what to expect. Look, I've been talking for far too long. Let's carry on and watch the final 4 minutes of this video.
Putri, how do you feel?
I feel so excited. I can't believe it. Actually, I can't be here now.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
We're all mesmerized by you. Your voice, you're an angel.
Thank you so much.
I think you just used the word, you know? A lot of people don't believe in angels, and I think one just landed on our stage.
Thank you.
You're a superstar.
You sounded so beautiful tonight, especially the very first song that you sang, like how you switch from your chest voice to your head voice, like
That's
how
my-
you.
That's my original song.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
That's even more amazing.
Oh.
Very, very, very.
Wow.
Oh, so they didn't know it was an original song.
I thought it was like a pop song. It was so good.
Why did they keep showing that lady? Who's that?
You didn't even tell us that.
They're going crazy for you.
Thank you so much.
I think we're all feeling the same thing. You know, you're 17, you write songs, you've got an amazing, distinctive voice.
Thank you
And
so much.
I mean, really, really good. You have a kind of a glow about you. And tell me about, you're waiting for something at your school.
I really want to go to Juilliard.
Okay. I don't know whether this is going to make a difference or not. However,
He's standing up.
The sharp spirits wanna calm me down. I'm gonna
I think it's difficult to watch this and not get emotional.
I think, one of the best singers we've ever had on our show.
That's a huge statement from him. That's a really huge statement from him.
Simon, can you say a little bit about why you pushed this golden buzzer?
Because she's brilliant.
Absolutely.
There's the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More time for Putri Ariani.
Oh, well, there we go. I need to say no more. I can see why everyone was recommending that one. Yeah, really powerful voice, clearly gifted musically. I wonder, well, I imagine she got into Juilliard, if that is still her goal, or maybe she's performing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if there are other performances or songs by her you'd like me to do videos on. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Would really appreciate a like and a subscribe. If you'd like to support me, you can donate me a hot chocolate at the Buy Me a Coffee linked below, or for exclusive content, you can join the Patreon linked on the screen, and I will see you next time.